Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing the add-on known as Actors. Now this add-on has been requested to be reviewed by myself. One of the commenters wanted to know how to kind of animate NPCs in Garry's mod. So the plugin or add-on name is called Actors, and it's essential to any kind of machinima, any kind of movie that you want to create in Gmod, and it's really great. So if you go and download the add-on, there'll be a link in the description, and down here you'll see this Actors tab. Very simple UI. You can see, or you can set the button to play the animation, and you can also set a delay to play the animation. Now once you have the tool gun in your hand, you'll see this little menu up to the top of the left, and that will give you different pointers as to where you need to go. So if you right click, then you can spawn an actor, and if you left click you can spawn a sequence point. But before we do any of that, we need to actually configure the settings panel. So if we click on R, or the reload key on your keyboard, then we can select from our NPCs. So we have a bunch to choose from, obviously the default ones. So if we just want, let's just choose one of the males for now. Let's just choose this guy. Then we can choose any animation. So say we wanted him to, at the first sequence point, say we wanted him to do something a bit funky. I'm sure there's some pretty funky ones in here. Some of them don't really make sense. You know, others of them do make sense. You know, maybe we want him to open a door. Maybe we want him to do whatever that is. Or maybe we want him to just sit down in a chair. But there's a bunch of different things that we can do. We can get into wave. Okay, let's get into wave. Okay, so then we go into the settings panel. We give the actor a name. So we could just call him male 1, just for now. We also have his model, which is here. We can choose his animation, so we're just going to set that to walk. We can choose the speed at which the transition changes. We can also select his health. And we can select the time at which they stay at a sequence point for. So down here, if we click on add animation, it will add that animation that we selected in the panel. So we can layer these up to make something a little bit funky. I have no idea what that one is. So that's kind of like him sitting down, and then it's kind of standing. So you can kind of put these together and create like something unique. Obviously, once we've got this wave one in here, so we'll keep it at that for now. You can also choose to loop the sequence. You can choose to allow the actor to be damaged. You can choose the amount. You can choose the damage type. You could ignite the actor. You can make the actor jump after the animation, before the animation, or after animation time. We're just going to make him jump, and we're going to make him jump 3. You can just mess around with these settings. You can also give him an actor. On the model browser, you can right click on a weapon, copy the path to the clipboard and paste the model finder. I'm just not going to give this guy a weapon though, because it doesn't really make sense. Should the actor play a sound, so you can make him say something if you have the sound path. So if you had the sound path, you can put it in here. You can set the volume and the pitch. You also can set their eyes, so where should the actor look. You can make them look to yourself, and then you can select a prop for them to look at. And then obviously there's a reset button which resets all your options. Okay, so now we've selected our actor. I may have just reset everything though, so that may have been an issue. No, okay, so we're still good. So this actor is called actor 1, but we want him to just be called male 1. I thought I changed that, but apparently not. So we begin to set our sequence points, and we just do that by left clicking. So say we wanted him to start here, and then sequence points can be placed as far apart as you need, and it will just kind of slowly walk between them. Maybe we just want him walking off into the distance. So basically, at each one of the sequence points, he will run the animation. So if we get him to spawn here by right clicking, and then we can simply press our animation button. So mine was numpad and then the full stop. Then he will begin to walk. He'll perform the animation that we chose, and then he will continue to walk on. He'll just walk in the general direction of the point. He'll then do the animation again, and then he'll walk to the next point. And he'll continue to run the animation until he finishes. So I'm not sure where the last actual point was. So it's right the way over here, so it's got quite a long way to walk. But then this can make for some great cinematic shots. You can also set up multiple actors as well. So if I just delete all these points, I've just deleted the fog editor as well. I've put that back in. The fog looks a bit weird on this map, so I just kind of got rid of it a little bit just to make it a little bit more atmospheric. And we can start it a little bit closer. So to set up multiple actors, it's simple as going into our settings panel, choosing an actor, setting their name, and then we can just simply choose their positions. So say we wanted them to just walk over here. And then let's say we want another person. Let's say we want this woman to, or let's get her to do something else. Let's get her to, can we get her to cower, crouch, we can get her to whatever that is. Some of them are a little bit strange. Obviously I wouldn't recommend using all of them. You've got handshake, you can get her to do a heel. Some of them don't work, like I said, and they look really, really weird. Okay, we can get her to sit on the ground. Sure, why not? And then we can actually get her to stand back up if there is one. Believe there was. So stand. I'm not sure what it would be, but there's a bunch to choose from, and if you find the right one, you can get them to like stand and then sit down and then stand again. If I can find it, I'd have no idea where it's going to be though. It's a little bit difficult to kind of find the animations, I'll admit that, because it's kind of like they're not labelled clearly. You don't really always know what you're looking for. Okay, let's get her to do a pickup then. So let's delete this one, add this, and then we also need to set the name of them. So let's just set this to female 1, and then we want her to walk over to here, like so. So if we play this animation now, you can see that we have 2 actors which will walk towards each other. She'll then pick something up and he'll do his little wave. And because the animation is looped, then they're just going to continue doing that. But you can turn off the loop, and then obviously you'd have to reset the thing. But if you keep pressing the button, then it will obviously refresh the animation, like so. And then it just kind of continues. But you could maybe make him walk back because he does his little wave, and then she could follow him, or something along those lines. But there's a bunch of different things that you can do with this. Probably one of the most in-depth animation tools, which is really, really easy to understand. And you can make some really awesome things with it. Obviously the introduction was really small, limited, and it didn't really have that much character. I think it was like 5 seconds long or something like that, but I was just showing you what was possible with it. Now the only issue I've found with it that I can't actually resolve is these points. These points basically are somewhat of an issue, since they only disappear when you're using the camera. Not necessarily an issue, but just a bit of a pain, because when I tried using this with the cinematic camera, because I thought that might be a pretty nice addition, obviously you can see it's still there. So I mean, it's a little bit of an issue, but you can just use the camera and then add them in post. So then if we begin the animation here, as you can see, she's going to do a little walk, going to pick something up, she's going to go for another walk, pick something up, go for another walk, and pick something up. So yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do. Obviously it's going to take a little bit of time, and then when the animation stops, it just stops like so. It'll take a little bit of time to get used to, but if you continue to work on this, you make some awesome scenes, and then obviously you can just do whatever you want, and it's got some awesome features. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this has helped. I know a lot of people were requesting this video for you guys to make some awesome Gmod machinimas. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in another video.